Soul Simmers, my name is Dorothy Jeswick, and welcome back to Wednesdays with the Waffles. In our last episode, Belgian robbed the land grabs and stole one of Malcolm's lamps. I thought that was hilarious. I hope you guys did too. I'm just kind of having everybody take care of their needs. The toddlers are asleep in their beds. Cherry is just doing some cleaning up because it's pretty gross in here. Not gonna lie, I really didn't play that much after I left last time. I really just kind of exited the game and shut everything down because I was having a lot of issues with lag and I didn't want to lose any of my progress. So I am just having Cherry clean up around the house just a little bit. We also didn't really get that far on the toddler skills, so we'll work on that this episode. We only got to like level 1 and 2 for a few things, so I really want to grind that out today. I also really like the idea of Cherry doing some more knitting because then we can like have the kids wear some of the sweaters and the socks that she makes. And then we can also like have some of the decorations and bring them to the other houses that we go to, like the other houses that we'll move into throughout the rest of the legacy. Everyone was pretty hungry, so after I had Cherry teach Nutmeg some potty skills, I had everybody grab like some kind of meal because they were all like really low on hunger. And then I wanted everybody to have a full energy bar so that we could really get into some skill building tomorrow. So I sent everybody back to bed, and then when they had full energy bars, I started waking up the twins and doing some thinking skills by doing the what's that option on the Blarfy like a bunch of times, just like queuing it up. Also, apparently, Belgian is trying to make us grow a trash plant in the toddler's room, so she just kind of like left this trash sitting here on the ground. Don't know why. After I had her clean everything up, the toddlers went off to grab some food because they were starving again, and they sat on their little ottomans. I love these ottomans so much. They're so adorable, and I'm so happy that we can actually like take them with us to other builds that we can do. We can put them in like a little playroom. I would actually really be interested in building them a new house so that I can build them a playroom. I also moved our pictures up a little bit higher on the wall just so I can have some more space for Maple and Nutmeg's picture. And then when we actually decide on who the heir should be, we won't decide until like they're a teenager or even a young adult, when they can start moving out and getting married. And then we can like really decide on which one that we want to actually play the next generation with. We have had 2 redheads be the heirs so far, so we could have Maple be the next heir, but we'll decide later on. Both toddlers are messy eaters, so they're just gonna like throw food all over the floor whenever they eat. It's actually kind of annoying. Thankfully we have the new nano can, so we can like get money from all of that to pay for more food, I guess. We have about 50,000 simoleons right now, so we don't need money, but it is nice to have the money-generating trash can, because then we don't have to worry about taking the trash out. It just, like, disappears, so that's nice. I also had Belgian promote her yoga class on Simstagram again, and now she has, like, 84 followers, and then she started a yoga class, but it got canceled because nobody joined her class, which is unfortunate because that's the only way she's allowed to earn money. We still get a decent amount of royalties from Cherry's books, but they are starting to dwindle and go away, so we won't have that forever. Nutmeg then reached level 2 of the thinking skill, and Maple reached level 2 of the communication skill. Then I had them start working on their imagination and movement skills. I sent them outside to play on the slide and use the imagination tent. Around the same time, Belgian discovered that she enjoyed having thought-provoking conversations with other Sims and enjoys the deep conversations topic. And Cherry was also doing some yoga poses there, and I think she's level 3 or 4 wellness now, so she's not too high in the skill, but she is working on it. And I'm not meaning to have her do it, she's just kind of doing it on her own, so that's why I'm not really like focusing on it. If you have the Dream Home Decorator pack, this tent comes with it, and it really helps your toddler's imagination skill like fly up. That and the slides with the movement skill, like they're OP. You can also see that Belgian is enjoying our focus music that we have going. She started dancing. I think she's level 2 or 3 on the dancing skill, so that's fun. Belgian also did a energy centering yoga routine. She was feeling a little bit sluggish, she hadn't been exercising as much. She's a very active sim, so she needed to do something, and it was either that or going swimming, and it's freezing. You might not be able to tell because it's Oasis Springs, but it's wintertime, so it gets pretty cold. I also had Cherry start a llama planter decoration in pink just because it goes with the house that we live in. Also, Candy Bear just broke into my house and started baking a bunch of vanilla cakes for no reason. I thought they fixed that glitch a long time ago. It's back. She also thought that the best place to try and prepare that was down here on Belgian's nightstand. Maple also got to level 2 of the thinking skill, so I had her switch to some blocks because that builds it a little bit faster than just doing the what's that interaction a bunch of times. And then Nutmeg was outside doing some sliding on the slide and getting her movement skill up. And then also just kind of like watching Belgian do some yoga, so that helps with her thinking skill as well. And this time I had Belgian do a mind concentrating yoga routine class, so we actually got a few people to join. That was fun. So we made $220, I believe, off of that. It ain't much, but it's honest work, you know? While Belgian was doing her class, Nutmeg reached level 4 of the movement skill just from sliding alone. I also thought that Cherry was waiting for her waffles to finish, but it turns out she was just finishing a cake that someone left inside of our waffle maker. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I really don't know what's going on with that. After Belgian's class was over, she was still feeling pretty energized, so she started a family-friendly yoga routine and was joined by Cherry. However briefly though, because she just did a few poses and then walked away, which is fine. You know, she's an elder sim, she needs to take some breaks. Belgian then reached level 8 of the wellness skill, and Maple also reached level 3 of the communication skill, all at once. And Nutmeg is just working on her thinking skill. I think she's only level 2. I then sent Maple off to level up in her thinking skill and play in the cabinets. We had so many white cakes, you guys. There was at least 5 of them in my refrigerator. I don't know where they all came from. And then there was also still some rotting batter just in my waffle maker for a long time. It's also Winterfest, so I had Cherry make a grand breakfast, which both of the twins made a huge mess out of because they're messy eaters. And I also put up some decorations on the house. We've got some red and green banners just on the eaves and on the fence because I thought it looked somewhat nice. It looks a little weird on the fence because it's not quite up all the way, but that's fine. You know, it is what it is. It's The Sims. I also had Belgian promote her class on Simstagram again, and she's up to 96 followers, so she's catching up to me. I also noticed that I have 159 subscribers now, so if you guys are new here, welcome. I appreciate you. I know that sounded like a joke, but I actually really do mean it. I really appreciate every single one of you. I also had Belgian run some flashcards with Nutmeg because her thinking skill was a little bit further behind Maple's, so I wanted her to catch up a little bit. Nutmeg reached level 4 of the imagination skill, and Belgian started a brain-boosting yoga class, which was canceled again due to lack of participation. Maple was inside practicing some blocks and reached level 3 of the thinking skill, and Cherry finished her pink llama decoration, so I put it up here on the coat rack. And then I had Nutmeg work on her communication skill while Maple watched her work on her communication skill because that gets up her thinking skill. I also had Cherry knit a yellow and blue children's sweater so that we can have the kids wear it in CAS once they age up. I then had to send both of the twins off to bed because they were exhausted, if you couldn't tell by Maple's bright red plumb bob. And then the next morning, I had Belgian wake up and start doing a solo routine. She's getting really good. She can do a handstand now. And with that last yoga routine, Belgian finished the inner peace aspiration, so I spent some of her rewards points on the beguiling trait and switched her aspiration to the soulmate aspiration, so we can think about getting her to date a little bit. And if you want to make a sim for Belgian today, upload them to the gallery with the hashtag #DarthJesuitSims, and I'll place them in my saves and use them as tester sims when I tour builds if there's a lot of them. I think I misspoke earlier when I said that it was Winterfest. It's actually Winterfest today. So I had Cherry make a grand breakfast and then had everybody open presents afterward. And that was awful because the animation froze for a solid minute in real time, and I was worried that my game was going to crash, and I had not saved in a whole 35 minutes, so I was super nervous that I was going to lose all my footage. I really need to learn how to save more, but it eventually sorted itself out, and Belgian got a improbable ottoman, Cherry got a Schmapple Micro, Nutmeg got a Wisp Void Critter, and Maple got some Romance Festival Bubbles. Don't know why Romance Festival Bubbles, but you know, that is what it is. Almost immediately after the twins went to bed, Father Winter showed up and added a bunch of presents back to the present pile. I also couldn't open them right away, so I have no idea what's in them, and I still don't because it wouldn't let me do it because I'd recently opened presents. I also couldn't ask for more presents because we already got them. And then we had a party in the bathroom with everybody, with Father Winter and Cherry and Belgian just kind of crowding around. I thought that was fun. At this point, the twins pretty much had all of their skills maxed out, aside from the thinking skill, and Maple still had a little bit to go on the communication skill, so I pretty much just had them look at their Wabbit tablets for a little while because it gets their thinking skill up pretty decently quickly. And then I had Belgian go and make a cake. I also had them talking to each other while they were playing on their tablets so that Maple's communication skill would max out. We were also able to vote on another neighborhood action plan. I voted for the Rock Your Body and Mind neighborhood action plan just because it'll help us gain points while Cherry and Belgian are doing yoga. I also had Belgian pay the bills of 1,200 simoleon. After we got done voting, Bob Pancakes, who is Belgian's dad, called and asked if he should ask for a promotion. We told him he should go for it, and he said, yeah, I'm going to totally get that promotion. And he did, I'm pretty sure. And immediately after that, we got a call from Eliza Pancakes saying that she had her baby. They named him Camillo, and they also have an older child named Bristol, who is actually the toddler's age. We still had Nutmeg working on her thinking skill, but Maple was ready to age up, and I had a little bit of trouble with the cake at first. If you couldn't see, it was showing that I only had 7 pieces there, but there was still like an 8 slices on the cake, so I don't know what was up with that. But Maple aged up with the outgoing trait, and I gave her the social butterfly aspiration. She's got some nice short hair. I think I might keep her hair short just because that's what she aged up with. I won't pick that hairstyle specifically because I don't really like it, but I do like the short hair. After a little while, Nutmeg finally finished her thinking skills and all of her skills were finally maxed out. She aged up with the bookworm trait, and I gave her the mental children's aspiration. Both of them were pretty tired, so we're gonna have to like redo their bedrooms in between episodes too. I really do kind of want to build a new house. I am leaning towards that right now just because I would like to add like a playroom and just have this be a little bit bigger. I wasn't expecting to have twins for this generation, so it was a shock to me, and I didn't really build the house big enough for this. So let me know where you think we should move to next. I've just been going in order of what they are in Managed Worlds, so we could live in Magnolia Promenade and maybe, or we could just skip it and go straight to Windenburg. I honestly wouldn't mind that either because I love Windenburg. I have all my Sims skills on the screen. I know it's a little confusing when I like record in tab mode, but we're really just checking in with the Waffles. But that is just about all the time I have for this week's episode of Wednesdays with the Waffles. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like because it really helps out. I upload a few times a week, so subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. And I hope you all have a great day. Dag dag!